Okay, so we know this. The NFL season's composed of 17 weeks of play, actually 16 weeks of play, 17 total weeks, including the bye. And we know that each team will play each member in their division twice, making 6 total games. So that's 6 games. Then you play a cycle rotation of 2 different divisions, and you play each team once. So that's 8 teams, 8 plus 6 is 14. And then on your placement, you play another one, or another team with the same placement in a different division. That's 2 games, 6 plus 8 plus 2. 16 games in the NFL season. So what if none of that even mattered? We just took everything and just threw that away, and we should like a really short season in franchise mode, and we just did 5 games. How would the playoffs look if it's only 5 games? So that's what we're doing today. So what I'm going to do in franchise mode is I'm just going to sim 5 games in, and it's just going to take a while because I have to go week by week. First of all, I got to sim for the regular season. So week 5 up next. Okay, so I've simulated all the way up to week 6. 5 games have been played unless you have an early bye, which means some games, or some teams, will only play 4 games. But most of the teams are going to be able to play 5 games. It's only because of early bye. But with that being said, we've gone through the 5 games, and now it's time to see who will make the playoffs. So I'm looking at the NFC North first, and the Bears going 5-0. Vikings follow with 3-2, Lions 1-3, and Packers 1-4. But we got to look at the entire standing. So who's going to come up top? It's the Chiefs, also 5-0, and the Bears will be right behind them, also 4-0 or 5-0. 49ers 4-0 start, just like real life. Cowboys, Cardinals, Rams, Titans, Panthers, Jaguars, Steelers, Patriots, Falcons. These are all going to be our playoff teams for the 5-game season. So let's see who did the worst. If I go all the way down real quick. And it looks like it's going to be the Giants at 1-4, Redskins, Colts, Packers, Seahawks, Ravens. Interesting 3 teams right here. These are all teams that made it far in the playoffs. Seahawks, Ravens, and Packers. Even the Dolphins and Lions did better, including the Chargers. So interesting 5 weeks, but we have our teams. I'm going to go and get these written down, but let's see some other stuff. Who led the league in like rushing and passing and all that? Let's take a look at that real quick. Okay, so for the entire league, Tom Brady leads with 1,500 yards, 14 touchdowns, and only 1 interception. Aaron Rodgers next, Carson Wentz, Deshaun Watson, all high touchdowns. Highest touchdown looks like to be 14. Drew Brees with 14 touchdowns and 2 interceptions with 1,200 yards. Yeah, you can just see another 14 by Kirk Cousins, and that looks like to be it. What about the rushing award? No others going to go to Ezekiel Elliott, 750 yards and 9 touchdowns in only 5 games. Pretty good. You also got, let's see, Todd Gurley, Dalvin Cook, Mixon, Marshawn Lynch with 5 touchdowns and 425 yards. Pretty good stacks for the running backs, and I think that's all we need to know. So I'm going to go and get the teams written down, and I'll show you the bracket for our playoffs. Okay, so the bracket should be on the screen right now. I've gotten the 12 teams that make the playoffs. I got the winners of each division through 5 games, and I've also got the wild card. So here's the bracket. To start with the AFC, we have the number 1 Chiefs and the number 2 Titans. The NFC, we have the number 1 Bears and number 2 49ers. And for the wild card, number 4 Patriots, number 5 Jaguars, number 3 Steelers, number 6 Browns, and then NFC, number 4 Panthers, number 5 Cardinals, and number 3 Cowboys, another 6 Rams. Hopefully I did not read that wrong, because I don't even have the bracket made yet. I'm just doing it off the top of my head. But that is the bracket we have from a 5-game season, so let's see who moves on to, obviously, win the Super Bowl in a 5-game season. We'll play through this bracket. Let's go. And here in Foxborough, the AFC 2017 Championship rematch between the Jaguars and the Patriots. The Patriots, of course, win this one again, 36-33, as time is going to expire in the final knee by Tom Brady. And the Patriots, sitting at the number 4 seed, are not determined yet to play the number 1 or number 2 seed. Let's see what happens here. They actually decide to punt the ball, giving them a chance. And, oh, the ball was in live play and nobody picked it up, and that will be game 36-33. And let's move on to the other game. And the Browns, who have been on a streak recently, if you haven't seen last video, then you'll see what the Browns have done. But the Browns, with Baker Mayfield with 4 touchdowns and 320 yards, will beat their division rival, the Steelers. And because the Browns are 3 seed, they will move on to play the number 2 seed, which I don't remember off the top of my head, and the Patriots move on to play the 1 seed. I think it's Patriots versus Chiefs, and then Titans Browns, if I'm not wrong. And yeah, so let's move on to the NFC. Here we are in Carolina, 28-all versus the Cardinals. 25 seconds left, 3rd and 5. And before this play starts, I want to say I goofed The Browns were actually the 6th seed, which means they will move on to play the 1, and the Patriots will move on to play the 2. And the last run play is called. No time was called. And with that being said, the Browns will play the Chiefs, and the Patriots will play the Titans in a rematch. 12 seconds left. The Cardinals are looking to kick this field goal for the win. So the kick is about to happen versus the Carolina Panthers. Panthers are not moving on. Panthers will stay here. And the Cardinals will kick it through with 2 seconds left, and the Cardinals should get this done. It's not sealed yet, but let's see if they can finish it off. Okay, so the Cardinals will steal the deal. The kickoff for the Panthers will not go their way, and the Cardinals will win 31-28. Final wildcard game up next. And I might just go crazy if the Rams somehow win this game with only 1 play left in them. And they're just going to throw it into an interception. Not a surprise here. He'll get tackled down. Not even going to record the rest of this. The Cowboys will win this one at least 41-36. Depends on how greedy they get. And the wild card is set. And now onto the divisional. The divisional is set up with the Cowboys being the number 3 seed. They will move on to play the 49ers. And the number 5 Cardinals will move on to play the number 1 Bears. Let's move on to the bracket results. And we'll hit the divisional. Okay, so that concludes the wild card of the 5-game bracket. And let's move on to the divisional. Starting the AFC, the number 6 Browns take on the number 1 Chiefs, and the number 4 Patriots take on the number 2 Titans. And in the NFC, we have the number 5 Cardinals versus the number 1 Bears, and the number 3 Cowboys versus the number 2 49ers. And surprisingly enough, the Browns, 31-17 the Chiefs, the Super Bowl contenders. Obviously, it's not over yet, but more than likely the Browns can seal this one. And the fumble, there is a flag though. He's probably just going to return this one just for all of it to come back. Time is taken down. If this is an offensive foul, holding, the game is over. The Browns, which had the most hype ever, which they could have only done this. I think that is on the, well, it is pointing the other way. Oh, it is offense, and that means this game, 37-17, the Browns just put up another touchdown and extend their lead with Freddie damn Kitchens as the head coach. And, of course, that's kicked the extra point. But with that being said, the Browns will win 38-17 of the number 1 seed. The Browns. Why couldn't you do this in real life? Next game, Titans, Patriots. And here it comes. The almost 60-yard kick. Here it goes. The kick is up. It's going to get there. No, it's not going to get there. And it's actually far left. And the Patriots should close this game out. The kick, too tough of a kick. The Titans just need a few more yards to make it a little bit more comfortable. And that is what happens when you do not get enough yards on the final drive. The Patriots should win this game from here in a tough loss for the Titans. And the Patriots, who have been in the AFC Championship one too many times, have a shot for another one versus the Browns. Yes, the Browns. Final knee will come up our next, but we have more games to play. Let's move on to the NFC. And the number 1 Bears will win at Soldier Field 23-17. Got close. Number 5 Cardinals couldn't hang on. The Bears will move on to play the winner of, I believe, the Cowboys and 49ers. Let's go. And we live in an interesting world where the 49ers will actually lose to the Cowboys with a score of 38-31. And with that being said, we now have the NFC and AFC championships set of the 5-game season. On the AFC side, we have the Patriots versus the Browns. And on the NFC, we have the Cowboys versus the Bears. Who will make it to the 5-game Super Bowl? Let's find out right now. I don't know what weird substance Madden is on right now, but apparently the substance is so strong that the Browns win by 17 over the Patriots at Foxborough, which means the Browns are going to the Super Bowl and the 5-game season. They'll play the winner of the Cowboys and the Bears. So we see Browns versus Bears or Browns versus Cowboys. Who would have thought the Super Bowl at any point during week 5 games in? And yeah, let's just, I don't even expect anymore. Let's get this done. And the Bears will win this one in a big win. I don't know what the score was, but whatever. That means that the Bears are the NFC champions if it was a 5-game season. So the Super Bowl we have is the Browns versus the Bears. I mean, 39-28 was the score. I don't think anybody predicted this 5 weeks in. Obviously, the Browns were like 2-3 5 weeks in, and the Bears were probably the same. They were probably actually they're more like 3-2. So these really wasn't a realistic matchup, and it still isn't a realistic matchup. But the Bears versus the Browns. Let's go. And I have nothing to say about this but the Browns. Freddie Kitchens celebrates because the Browns are the 5-game Super Bowl champions. If it was preseason, it would make a little bit more sense. But 5 games in, not really. Apparently, they decided to do really good in the first 5 games for whatever reason. And then just go off in the playoffs. And the Browns will beat the Bears with a final score of, I'm not too sure. But with that being said, this bracket, it was okay. It was a really weird bracket. There wasn't like any really awesome games. Like, it was like worth watching. But the Browns, Baker Mayfield, player of the game, Super Bowl MVP, 176 yards and 2 touchdowns. That's an okay performance for a Super Bowl, I guess. And yeah, so bracket up right here. And before we end up today's video, we all know what happened just a few days ago. The incident of the helicopter crash, including Kobe Bryant and Gianna and a lot of other people. And I just gotta say, it's horrible. It's not something I would have ever imagined in my life. And yeah, for the next 24 days, I will be wearing the purple and yellow, as you can saw at the beginning of the video, just to resemble Kobe's legacy in LA, of course. And, of course, in memory of the 9 people who lost their lives, besides 2 of the Bryants, including the Altobys and the pilot, and I do not remember everybody else's name. But thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys later.